Today, on Another Note.
I want to talk about the impeachment trial.
What did you expect of a white man in America who does illegal things and got away with it? Today's highlight, superstar, is beyond the decor. If given the money, opportunity, and assurance of a successful plastic surgery procedure, would you undergo one?
I want to talk about an issue. A few persons have walked up to me and they've just asked random questions along the way. Is this issue of fertility? Welcome. It's on another note.
Yes.
It's on another note. We bought somebody. It's on another note. Now, if not watching on another note, what are you doing when you're home? At work, you could log on. We got all the fashion and thongs. No, I needed something to rhyme. I didn't know. Listen, that's not my career, okay? So don't judge me. Don't judge. But guys, welcome back to On Another Note. As you can tell, we are 4-3 today. Free, we miss you.
I don't even know what
One
happened.
of our
Where are
co-hosts.
you? There is no drinking on set. I just want to say.
I don't even
No alcohol.
One of our co-hosts is out today, and we definitely miss her, but we're 3 Caribbean millennial women, and we're about to talk about some things that affect all of us, and then some of us not so much. But it's interesting. I want to talk about the impeachment trial.
It's over. He was
Is
acquitted.
It is over. He
It's
was
over.
acquitted.
He was acquitted.
He was acquitted. But I want to talk about
You
the
can tell that I'm
impeachment
not up
trial.
for the times.
Dr. Shack has been tending to patients, so you see that shock on her face, like, what?
She was like, what?
I dock, I go home and I sleep. That's it. Don't judge me.
No, for real though. I mean, to me, this isn't really anything that you should have been, like, is a need to know. It's just like,
I was following
I
it
didn't really
initially,
expect
and
anything
then
different. You know,
it
being
just-
a white man in the USA that does a lot of illegal things, and he got away with it. There's nothing new with that narrative. It really is nothing new with that narrative. And being that I just watched Queen and Slim about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago, and I've been watching it on repeat, trying to pick it apart, I was like, this movie was so predictable, but yet why did I think at the end they were going to? Anyway, if you haven't seen it, let me ruin it for you.
Listen.
Back to Trump. What did you expect of a white man in America who does illegal things and got away with it?
You know, to be honest, with this particular impeachment trial, unlike, I've only followed and been interested in one other prior to this, and this is when Clinton had his...
A white man in America doing illegal sexual things and got away with it.
So following this one, I actually thought that the Democrats would have gotten some good headway. I didn't think that he would be impeached because that process is just very difficult.
tedious, yeah.
And it's difficult. The onus and the burden of proof that's necessary, it is just a lot.
They just did a lot of
steps that are,
good visuals. Like they were walking in with that paperwork, and I was with my uncle at the time, and he was like, "Yeah, they're gonna get him now." And I'm like, "No, I don't think so. Let's see." They didn't get nothing.
They look
but
ready. They
look kind of ready.
They looked ready, but I really thought that they had enough
Absolutely
to really push this process so that even a lot of the Republicans would go, you know what, this really is impediment of justice in some way, form, or fashion.
You think they don't know?
But united they stand. United they stand. Because ain't no falling. No one fell. No one fell. They stood united. And I thought, I think it's a good lesson because a lot of times we disagree with certain narratives and we separate from the group. I think it's important to disagree and remain a united front.
But I mean, to me, it goes with our
And
our
the
local
Republicans have shown
politicians.
that.
Our local politicians, everyone, like when we had elections, we had family members who were beefing and different households that were separated on a difference of opinion. At the end of the day, these politicians are eating breakfast together.
Of course, they're best friends.
They're dining together.
Absolutely.
And, you know, in front of the cameras, there might be, and then afterwards, it's like, see you later, text me with dinner, the wives or whatever, or close friends.
Don't
or
forget the birthday
they're
party on
probably
Saturday.
godparents to
Yeah,
each other's
of
children.
Don't take it personal.
I mean,
No, seriously.
we're
it's a
really
job.
beefing over relationships or, you know, party affiliations that still, all of it is based on the same foundation. And that's not going to change.
Yeah, you know, so these, the impeachment was really based, one of the parts was based on the allegation of abuse of power and obstructing of Congress. And I thought the abuse of power part of it was going to have some merit, that they would really have some merit to it. And, you know, I was slightly disappointed that there wasn't the kind of turnover that I thought there was going to be. I was expecting Republicans to be like, yeah,
They waste our
we
time.
don't agree with this. And all that I think happened during this is that the Republican Party got stronger because Trump was campaigning while half the Democrats were in impeachment house trying to impeach him. And he's just out there like, America, what do you need?
He was like, you know,
I
time
can
he
see
says,
this.
you know, we're gonna go, and we're gonna. I'm like, look at his mouth. He's just interesting.
You know, and to add insult to injury, as they are trying to impeach this president and they are trying to, I don't want to say run smear campaigns, but basically tarnish his credibility and his
he
legitimacy
tarnishes his own credibility,
to be in the
Mr.
House.
President of the United States.
Yeah, but then
the USVI.
He's campaigning.
Mr. President of the USVI. You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. The rest of the case.
He's campaigning. The Democrats are only talking about the impeachment trial when really the people want to hear about the election is coming
They're
up.
campaigning too.
Yeah, no, but most of their campaigning was based on the impeachment trial, which is what most Democrat supporters are saying. We didn't really
I
get
don't
to hear
agree.
about the issues because all you guys were focusing on is these conversations that surrounded Donald Trump. So we had to listen to what he said because now you're
don't agree
only
with that.
talking up, your narrative is based around him. So they felt like Democrats should have focused on the issues a lot more while the trial was happening, as opposed to trying to use the trial as a reason not to keep him and vote democratically. And I think part of the downfall for them is, to add insult to injury, is the fact that then you had the Iowa caucuses and the Democratic app to vote didn't work, and the Republicans could use that as a why you impeaching our president? You can't even vote for who you want to run properly. What are you doing? What are you guys doing? So it just added, so it created a negative effect in the end. And sometimes I think when you see a lot of the negative energy, don't focus on that. Just try to find some positive rainbow, ride that all the way through, because the people who are pulling you down are also moving on their agenda while you try to come back up from what they're saying. And I think
Life principles,
Trump
that's
proved
what that is right there.
It is life principles. Trump proved it. While they were bringing him down and talking about him, he had continued steadfast to run the country. He didn't stop. He would mention it ever so often, but he would continue, they can do what they want. And in the end, the support wasn't there, I was very proud of, Mitt Romney? Who was it that went over on the other side? Well, which Republican is it who voted that they believe that he obstructed justice? There was one of the Republicans.
I mean, they can vote all they want, but they're not going to flip-flop in the House.
Well, there was one Republican who did, and I believe that he is definitely going to see the wrath of the rest of the Republicans, because he was the only Republican who voted against Trump in this impeachment trial. And he voted on one account, which was the obstruction of justice. He believed that he did obstruct justice in a negative way. And he's like, I'm a person who's based on facts and merits, and this is what it shows. So that's the only way. I'm not against the party. I'm still with my party. I just don't think that this was accurate. So I know he's going to get the wrath of it. But I just wanted to bring that up because it's a big thing
how would
everywhere.
you feel if you knew that Trump was reelected for a second term?
Child, I'm British.
I was just about to say,
I'm like,
guys, I love you guys for talking about this and everything.
And but I'm a
God
little
save
over
the
it.
Queen and
I think that it would have some
president,
repercussions
it
on
doesn't
things
affect
like immigration. Immigration is one of his big topics that, it always, to me, it affects everyone internationally. It affects the way that we travel. It affects our relationships with even our mother country, with our recent Brexit.
I was just going to say
Brexit.
now if we're talking about that.
Right,
that's an
we're
issue
talking
there.
about Brexit, but that's like a whole nother can of worms. So I'm just saying that when the people like Trump, who are so strong-held or strong-bent on things like immigration reform and keeping out certain people and only allowing a certain type of person or ethnicity to enter into the United States, and then that ripple effect comes down on their allies, and the UK is one of the US's allies, then that's a conversation that maybe we have to pay attention to when it comes up again. Given our now, what we have like a year now to adjust to what
Brexit really means.
Yeah, right. And our disconnect from the EU. What does that really mean? What does that mean for the Caribbean region who still have OTs? And even though there are some islands that have, they're independent, they still have some type of tie to the UK and the EU as far as CARICOM and how that goes. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, definitely the Brexit conversation is one to have, but I just wanted to have that impeachment conversation because, I think a lot of times in the smaller countries, we don't see enough people rallying together around a cause that they believe needs to be highlighted. So something happens ill within a government body, we complain on a lower level, but we don't go as far as saying we're going to remove you from office. And I think the process that the Americans have in place is a process that gives but it's a process that gives due justice to be able to do this. You know what I mean? And a lot of times,
what American system would do justice?
No,
American
meaning the right
judicial system.
They have the right to be able to impeach the president. So they had that opportunity.
They have
so
the
that's
right
what
to
I'm
file the
talking about.
papers. Well, are you impeaching anybody?
But it's a process, so they had to go through the process, and I like the fact that they have that process to go through, and that it's a transparent process. So having that transparent process, I think, helps them to bring certain things on a wider scale to the public, as opposed to some of the smaller countries. The process isn't as transparent. So even if other countries think about how do we don't agree with this process, how do we get to that point? You don't have a clear process to get to the point where you say, we want to remove someone from government. And if you do, it's only a few people who know about it. So I just wanted to kind of raise that as it affects all of the world. America's position on everything affects everywhere. It affects everybody. And the fact that he was not impeached means that we still have another year or so of Trump.
And possibly another election, because
and potentially another election.
I am kind of feeling like that is when
so
you get the feedback from everyone. We'll see how
I don't
that
know.
goes,
I feel like our economically, certain things I feel like we're kind of on the reverse. Like we made progress, and then with certain persons in authority, it's like, let's reverse back into time. But I mean, there's a whole lot to that conversation. How I feel.
It is what it is, and here we are. He was not impeached. So if you want to read more about that, you can look it up and see how that process went, how it's going. But really,
That crossed the bear.
Here we go. More Trump tweets for us to read, okay, people?
Don't read me though. Remember,
more Trump tweets.
If you like it, I love it. If it floats your boat, it rocks mine.
It does. So with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after these commercials.
At Blossoms, our floral experts use their creative flair to design beautiful and exotic bouquets. We are the on-island wedding experts, and for boating enthusiasts, we can help you to add a touch of floral elegance, life, and color to your yacht, mega yacht, or super yacht. You can also find a wide variety of silk and dried flower designs, fresh cut flowers, local flowers, tropical blooms, fruit and gourmet baskets, chocolates, balloons, both helium and air-filled, various gift items, and an assortment of plush animals. With a floral experience spanning over 28 years, we have earned a reputation for excellence both locally and internationally. We've even worked with celebrities. At Blossoms, we continue to deliver smiles and watch our customers bloom.
Do you own a local business or has a friend that owns one? Advertise It BVI understands that outdoor marketing, indoor printing, and signage are all needed to keep a business running and in the minds of people. That is why we provide these services. We go beyond regular marketing by providing professional services at a very competitive rate. We're able to leave you with the peace of mind so you can keep your focus back on your daily operations. With our extensive knowledge in marketing and nearly 10 years of experience, we are certain that we can give your business that necessary edge that it needs to be recognized in today's highly competitive market. Visit us today on our website advertiseitbvi.com or call 499-6969. Now is the time to boost your business. Be seen, be heard, Advertise It BVI.
Welcome back to On Another Note. So today's a local highlight. This is another fabulous person. I mean, I think we talk a lot about women entrepreneurs. Maybe we need to bring a bunch on producers, bring a bunch and just have them
Like the bunch that's already
maybe like
here.
a pop-up
Like
shop kind of like how we do for Christmas, but we need another one because it's so many.
Yeah, maybe we should just have one talk where we're because all of us are entrepreneurs, I believe.
Yeah, everyone
We
on
could
the
just-
set actually.
I'm sure people will be
And I mean,
interested
it's
in
no
our
joke.
perspective.
It's no joke.
Yeah.
But today's highlight, superstar, is Beyond the Decor. So Beyond the Decor is an event planning and venue decorating small business, locally owned by Shanice Leonard.
And that name.
Beyond the Decor was officially opened in April 25th, 2019, providing professional and creative services, no matter the occasion, going above and beyond, taking pride in enhancing their customers' events. Shanice started the business because she always had a keen interest in decor and specialty craft items. So prior to starting the business, she usually would set up for small family gatherings and work, small projects for individuals. People would say to her, why wouldn't she start a business? And I guess, you know that when you kind of, you want to do something, but maybe there's the doubt and the fear and all of that, that why, woulda, coulda, shoulda. So girl, I could completely understand. But in 2018, she decided, let's go ahead. She became a certified event planner and officially opened in 2019. Lives by the quote, it is a gratifying feeling doing something that she loves and deeply passionate about while creating an exceptional experience for someone. It's profound. So she does everything. I mean, girl, you don't have me list them. She does event rentals, table runners, tablecloths, spandex, regular napkins, napkin rings, chair covers, chair sashes, backdrops, centerpieces. I mean, you name it. I think if you just go to her and be like, you know what people do, they're like,
Just make it happen.
This Pinterest picture, I want you to bring it to life. This Etsy lady made it, and you make this shirt.
Exactly.
So, you know, big up to Shanice Leonard.
nice.
If anyone wants to get in contact with her, I'm pretty sure I have all her deets. So by phone, you can telephone her at 440-2751. Email, it's beyondthedecorvi@gmail.com. And social media, which is Facebook and Instagram, Beyond the Decor VI. I think her Instagram is hot at the end. But once you type in Beyond the Decor, it should pop up, right? So big ups to Shanice Leonard, Beyond the Decor. Keep doing your thing, girl. Good to you.
I love it. Like you said, I think that's a great idea. You know, I love the fact that there are a lot of entrepreneurial businesses here in the Virgin Islands. And
plenty.
Listen, and I love that people are going after their dreams, whatever that means, because a lot of times we look at our market and we assume it's small.
Yeah.
But really, the world is your
Or
playground.
saturated.
Absolutely, especially with this e-commerce aspect
yeah.
now. So, I mean, you're definitely not limited to just
You are
being
not
local.
limited to just
Oh,
being
no,
a local
definitely not.
business. And, you know, it's so important for you to know your brand, hone your brand, believe in your brand, sell your brand.
And be your brand.
and be
So when somebody
your
sees you,
brand.
they know what you do.
Savi's faces.
Yeah, no,
Breathe it down.
it's really important. I also like the name. So this is why I like the name. Her services go beyond just decorating because it talks about event planning and, you know, so I love the fact that, you know, just by hearing it, you know that there is an entire experience to come. So it's not just about the decoration, it's about what else do you need? We can go beyond that for you.
And people like me love that type of stuff because in all honesty, like sometimes people ping you as like a creative based off of what they see you do, like you do makeup or you do video or you work with a creative set of people. But in actuality, by doing that as a profession, I get tired of wanting to do that for fun. So I'm quick to call an event planner or a decorator and say, hey, the child is making 5. Do a balloon arch or give me some ideas and just let me pay you because I don't have the energy. I don't want to. And like when you talk to guys and they be like, well, can't you buy the balloons and air them up? I don't want to.
Gone are those days.
I will pay someone to blow them up.
No, seriously, I definitely agree.
I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. Before we go any further, I just want to highlight some things. You see this? I told y'all 2020
Oh, I know my
is
girl
going to
came
be
through for the win.
Yes, 2020 going to be the year of color. I told y'all this in our first episode. So look at this. We've come back on our second episode of this year, and we are wearing bold, bright colors. You see dual collection.
Yeah,
on both
Nadia.
ends. Listen, dual collection is doing it big. If you need a
She is
personalized
just
piece,
awesome.
If
we
you a curvy
recommend
girl,
her.
especially, I don't know, Nadia ain't even know. She's not no curvy person to be. Like, you know,
She does, yeah. She does curvy women well, very well. Yeah, shout outs for that.
Lord.
But if you're looking for something for any event, it could be for the beach or it could be for the gala. She is definitely the person to call. So you can shoot us a message in our inbox or you could comment down below and we'll get you in touch. Nadia Thomas.
And she's
been
at
doing
Dual Collection.
Dual Collection.
So you can, that's her Instagram,
You can
at Dual Collection, and Facebook as
Find
well.
her all over social media at Dual
She's there.
Collection.
Yep.
she'll answer too.
Listen, she does some amazing work.
And she's quick. I'll be like, oh, Nadia, it's horse race on the weekend. And Summerall ain't have nothing. Help. And she's like, okay, what do you want? Pinterest, I want this and I want that.
Wow.
And put it in some kind of dual cloth. There you go. Check out my page. You're going to see them.
No, seriously, I
No,
love
seriously.
what she's doing, and I love that there's versatility to what she does.
Yeah.
In addition to Dual Collection, I'm actually wearing an Umi dress. I believe Umi is the place where you need to go for all your fashion needs as well. We got a lot of talented people here. You know me, I shop locally, so I got the Beautiful by Jasanay earrings in. I got the Umi dress, and I definitely am wearing the Glamorous Fashion shoes. Nice. So you know you can go. Don't go down. I didn't polish my toes. There we go. You can go to all of these places to be glammed up. It's you don't always have to order online.
Yeah.
I strongly recommend you finding something locally. And I have never been failed yet, but we're going to give you a minute to go search for those people. So go ahead and find the handles for Dual Collection. Find the handles for Beautiful by Jasanay, Umi, Glamorous Fashions. And I don't want to forget, she likes, have you guys seen this?
Yes, that is
Totally stealing
goodness.
these. Danny, if you're watching, hook your girl up.
She's stealing my area.
Hook your girl up. Because I asked Adriana to sell them to me and she won't do it. She won't do it. I love these. I love that you can find so many unique pieces here. We're going to take a commercial break and we're going to be right back after these messages.
Creative Arts Branding Specialist specializes in visual communication through branding. With over a decade of experience and service, Creative Arts Branding Specialist is the trendsetter in the graphic and printing industry. Our talented branding specialists provide a multifaceted approach to various design concepts, resulting in customized products and services to ensure customer satisfaction. For quality, professional, and durable products such as acrylic signs, backdrops, banners, billboard designs, custom apparel, custom designs, decals and stickers, logos, posters and flyers, electric and lighted signs, window and glass application, and so much more. Visit us at Sugar Mill Road or call us on 284-542-2731 or email us at creativearts@gmail.com. That's CRE8TIVE arts BVI@gmail.com.
At Horizon Catering, we deliver the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services. We know how important catering is to your event, so we cut no corners to ensure a satisfying and memorable event. We can turn your next event from the ordinary to the extraordinary. For the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services, call Horizon Catering at 284-499-2132 or 499-2142.
Hello, it is me again. Here.
With the hot topic! Bring out here!
She left it to you.
Woo! Let's see what's juicy. So, ladies.
This must be real juicy.
I'm saying.
Lay it on us.
It's something that I would tell you a certain phrase that you will know that I say, you know. So if given the money, opportunity, and assurance of a successful plastic surgery procedure, would you undergo one for the sake of improving your imperfections? And what would you do? What type of surgery?
Whew. I've talked about my breast fund for a long time on this show. You could go back to the first season of On Another Note. You'll see I have a boob fund.
Well, for me, mind your own business. That's not your concern. What goes down there, or anywhere. I mean, mind your own business.
Oh my
of course,
goodness.
like
You asked a question.
I'm saying,
no,
now
but
you gotta tell us.
You know why I said that? Because I think that in our culture, it's frowned upon, or that it's kind of.
It used to be.
Well.
It used to
But
be.
the girls, the women, or the people who get it, they're still stereotyped. They're made fun of.
Really, if you do it nice.
To me, they're frowned upon too. But the girls who do it, yeah, they get it done because it's their body. They can do what they want. But tell me not when they walk by. Tell me how many persons skin up their face, and
Not
you know,
really.
it's rarely even the men too. All of them look alike.
No, they'd be like,
Blah, they
that
fit,
is a
blah,
fat
blah, blah.
backside.
Everyone automatically says it fake, they fake, them fake. You know, so it's not a conversation where I would just openly say, yes, if I lose 30 more pounds, I would definitely go get skin removal surgery, because then I'll be walking around and every time I pass somebody and say, yeah, girl, you see her arm them, yeah, she get a surgery. I wouldn't feel comfortable, because every time I see somebody who's done something to enhance themselves, everybody has to point that they did something.
They living their life with their new bodies.
A walking surrogate for plastic surgery, and I don't think that's nice. So that's why I said mind your business. But if girl talk, of course I would get imperfections. I've been fat, I've been skinny, I've been fat, I've been skinny. I had a baby, I lost weight, I gained it back, I have skin. I have skin that I don't really like. So definitely, definitely, I would have skin removal surgery. But it would be something where I wouldn't tell anyone.
Yeah.
And you would have to just watch me and kind of assume.
Yeah. For me, I guess I don't want to be
You're in this field as well.
I'm not in plastics.
No, not plastic surgery, but I mean in the dermatology field. So it's kind of like.
I actually feel like this 30-something-year-old body is kind of hot. I feel like it's kind of hot. Like, I like my boobs, I like my butt, the only thing I wish I had a smaller waist, but I'm not at that point where I'm thinking, I might get a plastic surgeon involved. I think I'd more go for workouts.
Yeah.
And do some non-invasive fat melting, maybe do some liposonics or like things like that. I'm not really into the cutting part.
Okay.
So I don't know. That's never been a desire of mine. So my imperfections, I actually like the ones that I have so far. I think I could definitely make them better. Like I want a butt, but I want my butt to be filled with muscle, not fat.
Right.
So the plastic surgeon can't give it to me. You know, I want a nice chunky piece of butt.
Yeah, I mean,
just need to squat.
I've always said that I've wanted boobs, you know, for a very long time. Just because then, you know, when I was growing into my teenage years and then into adulthood, boobs were the thing then. Do you remember when everybody was doing plastic surgery to have their boobs done?
Yeah.
Boobs were the thing.
It was boobs and nose.
So
around
boobs,
that time.
Yes, it was a rhinoplasty and it was a
boob job.
It was a boob job. Listen, no, I like your nose. But now I'm like, do I, you know, now that I'm older and they sit fine, I'm like, you know what?
For a mama who have babies,
I'm gonna keep these.
nothing's wrong with those.
Because if I did get the plastic surgery at 23 when I wanted it, they might be sitting low right now.
I'm telling you, ain't nothing like them, the implant sitting down below here and all that skin on top here.
Yeah, so you know, so for me, you know, I'm over all the plastic surgery hype and all of that. I believe that whatever makes you comfortable, you need to do that. But I am over it. And I'm over it for a couple of reasons. I've had friends who've died on the operating table. I have had friends who now have complications because of things that they've done. And then I have friends who realize, you know what, it takes more than one of these to keep up with it.
Yes.
That's the part.
Upkeep. Like you get a boob job 10 years, 15 years ago, it's time for a top up.
Yeah, a top up like that.
It's not a cheap thing unless you plan to do it once you look good for that time span, which is usually only 5 years. And a plastic surgeon would tell you that it only lasts you about 5 years before you need to redo and
Wait, the
retighten
tummy tuck
and
only
redo.
lasts for 5 years? What are you talking
How
about?
you eat, you're going to get fat again.
I was just going to say it could last
stop
for
you
less.
Tummy tuck actually is 6 months if you do well.
saying.
Like,
I mean, 6 months is
It
healing.
depends on you. It depends on your
Because of me,
maintenance.
this is my thing. First of all, I bagged that man when I was fat. I was bagging when I'm like this, okay? And, but it's just like, I want more babies to be doing anything drastic to my body, and I don't have to before I, you know, the children that I want, more children that I want. Don't get happy. Not no. But when they, you know, in a couple of years or so, when the man comes.
when you're married.
No, I don't need to be married because what's mine is mine and what's his is mine, and you know my saying. But stay on track.
But
I just don't really feel, because I've had a cesarean. I know how extreme and invasive that is, and I'm pretty sure I have to get another one. So I don't feel like doing anything extreme to me beforehand.
Yeah.
I want to be done with baby making, and then maybe I'll think about it.
Yeah, I don't think anything, and nothing's wrong with plastic surgery. So I think we're in that era where everybody's focusing on the narrow waist, broad hip, big back.
And it's a mess.
It's a fad, and it's gonna go out just like everything
Just like the
else.
boobs.
And
I thought the
y'all
boobs
gonna
were going to
do?
last forever.
What y'all gonna do when one is not a trend? Maybe we should have said that in our trends topic some time ago. And two, I mean, I get offended because I've always had a big butt or derriere, and it's something that you had to grow into liking. I never liked people calling me fat butt, you know, exploitative.
They love it now.
But now it's like, it's something attractive and it's an it thing, and I'm just like, your legs don't match your butt. So I'm guilty of even the judgment of someone who've had enhancements, because it's like, you didn't even get it to match your body, first of all. Second of all, when it goes out of style, what are you gonna do? You're gonna have to.
You know what the positive
anyway, that's
side?
not my business.
You know what the positive side
not
to
my
me that
business.
I've seen of plastic surgery has been? I like the confidence it gives people.
Uh-huh.
You know, I almost wish
Absolutely.
that we could have that confidence
Naturally.
in
Right.
all aspects.
So then it's a
But
lot of
I like-
self-loving.
It's a matter of ensuring that you can love yourself, and this is what makes you feel good. So for me, it may be I need mascara to feel pretty. For somebody else, it may be that they need to do something to their body. And I know people who have had to do plastic surgery in order to make things balanced in their body, whatever it
Well,
may
yeah.
be. You know, you have to take boobs out
you
because
have-
your
exactly,
back
breast reduction.
issues, or you know. So some of it is necessary, and then some of it just builds that confidence that you need because there's some self-esteem issues. Whatever it is, you do your thing. You know, I'm not pro it. I'm not pro, you know, any procedures that are just for the look of the thing. But let me tell you, I appreciate it because y'all be looking good. I appreciate it.
Well, some of them is looking good. Some of them are. Well, I feel bad for the girls in particular, not really the guys, but more so the girls, who probably can't afford the surgeries, and then they go to like the black market, and you know you're in
the bot shops.
And you're putting tire inflatables and silicone, cement, in parts that shouldn't have that just because they want a certain look.
Yeah.
And that's when I go, okay, it's not that deep. It's not that deep.
Serious, absolutely.
Because I mean, and a lot of what we idolized are enhanced.
Yeah.
And we're starving ourselves. We're trying to work out. We want this particular body, and this particular body was made in
Photoshop.
I was gonna say
Photoshop too.
I'm an editor, people.
When you look back at the reality of that person, they're not even looking like the Photoshop picture that you just inflated yourself to look like.
Oh yeah, that too. Because I'm like, I just want. I think maybe we should, even though it's such a norm, and if it's your body, is your money, and you do what you want. Couple of key things to take away: if it's safe.
Yeah.
Credible doctor.
Agree.
That have, you know, a good reputation and a long-standing history of, you know, safe procedures.
Yeah.
And that someone who wouldn't just take your money and have you looking ridiculous or would risk your life.
Yeah, agree.
Those are the things, if you're going to do it, that's what you need to focus on.
Don't spend your last if you know you have other needs.
Well, yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes persons, they would they prioritize this transformation and things like basic needs for your children, you know, basic things in your life that you need are not met. And it pushes you to do the wrong things to get whatever
and
else
also
you want
I think, you know,
too.
working on building your confidence now, even with the imperfections, because I have a saying, perfection is the flaw. And I believe that is true because you can never achieve it. So there's always something to fix, and it becomes a flaw, and these things can become very addictive. So learning how to love parts of you and keep your confidence up that way, as opposed to being interdependent on having something fixed.
Yeah, because when you fix it and it's fixed, what are you going to do? Are you going to be content? I don't think that we're ever content. So you're going to find something else that's wrong with you. And then you'll be on this downward spiral of procedures, wasting money because you could have been investing it into something else that was going to make you money. In fact, invest in that doctor's office and get some shares off of maybe whatever he's doing.
Right?
Before you do that procedure. So when you do go in to get that procedure, then you go in for free, or you pay cash. You're like, here.
Listen, soon as they come up with a plastic surgery, so you have real hair coming out of your head, that gonna make money.
What do you mean they do? Hair implants?
No, that's different. Hair implants don't keep it. Yeah.
That's giving me ideas. Anyway,
just like your regular hair does.
Well, no, that's a different. That depends on where you take it from and where you're putting it. But anyway.
Wasn't this girl?
Should we change the topic?
No,
we're gonna go to the health.
Wait, oh my goodness! I saw this. I don't know what happened to the girl, but I think maybe she was burned as a child, and they took the skin graft from in her groin area.
Okay, I saw that.
And then she had pubic hair on her face. Fall out, Jesus. Who does that? You see why you said the doctor is important to find out.
Check out your doctor before.
Check the doctors out.
So we're gonna switch it up.
Wait,
we're gonna switch
before we
Let's
switch it up, we're curious to hear what if you had the money and you had the opportunity and the assurance of a successful plastic surgery. Tell us, we want to know. What would you change? Comment below, because come on, you know you want to get in on this conversation. You're thinking about it. Just comment it down below.
Let's see.
Would you do it? Would you not do it?
I'm looking out to see what we get, what kind of feedback we get.
I'm interested to see that.
Anyway. So I want to talk about an issue. A few persons have walked up to me and they've just asked random questions along the way. Is this issue of fertility? You know, a lot of times we talk about women who can't get pregnant, for the people who want to get pregnant, indeed. But I always get a few questions about it because I encounter a lot of persons with polycystic ovarian syndrome. I encounter persons with fibroids and other hormonal issues because they're showing the dermatologic or the skin type, hair type signs of having that hormonal imbalance. And so I was asked to, can you talk about infertility a little bit? Because we need to know how we could solve it. Now, that's a huge topic.
It really is.
I
I mean, 50 grand, I'll make one for you.
For the right price, yeah. I'm saying.
I agree with you. I think I'll be a surrogate.
I'm saying for the right price. But I want to bring up the part that we neglect a lot, which is the male perspective. I want us to talk about the fact that it is not a female's problem it's not only the female's problem to become infertile. So infertility is after having unprotected sex, no birth control, you're actually trying to become pregnant, cannot conceive or hold a pregnancy for more than 12 months. Anything under that is called subfertility. Now, that could happen for many different factors. So today we're going to just focus on the male factors, okay? So a lot of times,
is a rare side.
It's a rare side because how many men?
In the conversation, you always hear about the women. It's
I'm
a rare conversation.
That's the point. Like it's easier for you to learn about your friend who, man, you know, she's trying and she's not getting through. And you have so many of those stories. I have friends who are like that as well. I've heard stories. Persons will come, they have other issues, and they're like, yeah, I give up now, you know. But has that person really been assessed? And being assessed doesn't just mean being assessed as a woman, but it's also assessing your partner. Yeah. Okay. So a lot of times you're branded with being infertile, but what if your man is infertile? There's so many different aspects to the man that you can actually examine. Now, worldwide, about anywhere between 45 to 50% of infertility in couples are actually the men, of those who actually do the investigation, not those who randomly try and fail and give up. I'm talking about those who actually do the tests, and that's a high figure to learn that men are contributing to the infertility of the couple as well. Now, there are factors that you have to consider. One is the seminal issue. So there are issues that men can have. They can have low sperm count. They can have low sperm motility. And they can have abnormality of the sperm, the shape. It just cannot get into the egg itself. Yeah. So some things you have to think about in terms of what causes a man to have low sperm count or what causes him to have problems with motility. You're going to think about issues with the testes. So I want to start with first sexually transmitted infection. We kind of hide the fact that it's out there, and women experience it more in terms of they present to the doctor more. They're going to have a discharge. They're going to be concerned. And women are just naturally
We can't live with that kind of
seeking.
stuff.
Yeah.
Hey,
What is happening here?
Excuse me?
Look at this.
What's going on here?
We open up easy, right?
I can't go on.
Nice to meet you, sir. Let's check this out.
Exactly, you know?
I mean, we already...
Exactly. We're just more health. I know, right? We're just more health seeking. So a guy would see a discharge. He knows that he shouldn't have a discharge. You should urinate. You
But they
shake,
hide. They're
and then,
afraid of the doctor.
and they don't say. So they can have a sexually transmitted infection that actually affects the testes, and chronic infection down there can actually cause issues with your sperm count. It can cause motility issues. The next thing is, a lot of times persons can have, when you have those issues, you have infections, your testes is a little bit warmer, the temperature for you to secrete semen and so on is a little bit, it should be cooler. This is why the scrotum gravitates through the body when it's trying to it drops down when it's trying to get cool, gravitates to the body for heat. So those issues are important. Guys who have had maybe surgeries, let's say hernias. We have a lot of working guys, they work construction, they lift a lot of heavy weights and so on. Not saying that the surgery would cause them infertility, but that cord that connects their testes to their penis, where the semen goes and everything, that inguinal canal, we call it the inguinal canal, that area where you actually get the hernia, sometimes you've had that hernia there for so long, it causes you to not have a proper function in terms of producing enough sperm.
Okay.
Right? Other things, in terms of radiation, some guys have cancers for other issues, and they've had radiation, especially to the lower part of the body, that could also reduce the amount of sperm count. And then I want to bring up this other topic that I know the marijuana fad is in now. I don't know how long it's going to stick around. But I have to call it a fad because everybody wants to plant weed and sell when the industry is so saturated. I even heard some of our government trying to do it as well. But anyway, what I want to say is the part that we're not telling these young men is that actually doing excess marijuana lowers your sperm count as well. You know that?
Nature. No, they drink.
So it's like,
they drink CMOS
afterwards.
afterwards.
You think that's the, you think that's
yeah, right.
No, I mean, I that's what I also, I mean, you could call it conspiracy theory, but I feel like this whole marijuana crave and everything is also population control because it reduces the fertility of the man. But he wouldn't really know that unless he tests. And
What
a lot
about
of times,
in a woman?
They don't test.
not necessarily. It's more, the evidence is more for the sperm count and the motility
and look
so
who
on.
smoke more weed in, man. Sorry.
And then if guys have other chronic illnesses like rheumatoid arthritis, Crohn's disease, stuff like that, you take medications. These medications actually contribute to you having low sperm count. And then you're thinking about other erectile issues.
Yeah.
If you can't get it up, how are you going to be fertile? So if you don't regularly have sex, how are you going to be fertile? And then some persons have abnormalities of the penis where the urethra is actually pointing in, this is the part where the urine comes out, it's pointing downwards. We call it hypospadias. So sometimes you can have issues where if you're having sex and the urethra is pointing downwards, then how is it going to get to the cervix?
I'm trying to figure out what kind of sexual position did. Anyway,
It's a little bit. I'm just telling you other ways that could create challenges for the fertility of the couple.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's easier for us to say she can't get pregnant because she has fibroids. She can't get pregnant because she has cysts on her ovaries. You know, she's just barren. We hear that, but we don't really mention the fact that the challenge is the couple and not necessarily just the woman.
You know, I love the aspect where, or I should say the point of view where this conversation is coming from, because really in order to make another human being, it takes two of you.
Absolutely.
So if there are problems in making that human being, it should require both of you to assess where you are in order to do so. What is the probability of you doing that on your own and you doing that on your own? Are you able to do it as a man, and is she able to do it as a woman? And then you can find what the common issues are from there. So I like that perspective of reminding everyone that it takes two, because a lot of times, to be honest, most of the conversation is always geared towards us as women.
Absolutely.
like, I'm fine. What about you? Nasty. Because y'all, they just don't. They don't go to the doctor as often. They're afraid of tests. The HIV test is like you gotta hold them like they're a toddler, and you know,
and the
give them a
test,
swab.
I know. And the test for sperm count and all of these kind of things, sometimes it's a little bit uncomfortable in terms of the man have to provide the semen for it to be examined.
But
they don't want to do the prostate.
things we have to do is worse. Don't tell me about it's uncomfortable.
But I want the guys.
I already heard them about even doing the prostate screening, because you know where the prostate is located. So anytime that conversation comes up, all the men, the younger men are looking at the older men like, you're gonna go get that finger up you know where, huh? And the older men, some of them are accustomed, some of them will go because they know that they're at risk the older they get if they have to do their screenings. But the younger ones, I think it's important for them too to maintain some type of balance, healthy lifestyle, be up on game, go to the doctor. Why are y'all not just going
and have the conversation?
Have the conversation. So that's my point.
Conversation. I think the conversation is the important part.
This
because
is
what
part.
we don't do
Who
is
they
we
having
don't
the conversations
we
with,
don't
though?
talk about
Not
I
their
mean,
mama.
as
The
couples,
infertility.
we're talking about infertility.
Some of these people don't even have sex with the lights on. How are they gonna do that?
No, but if you're creating a child, then
then
it's more than that. It's more than just sex. Because if you're planning to create a child and having issues, then that's a conversation. Because that's an active thing happening. So I think the conversation is part one. Look, we've tried for 6 months, nothing has happened. Let's both go. You come with me when I go to my checkup, and then if you want, I can come with you, and we can be supportive in this. And let's just see what that is. And then the alternative, talk about, okay, if we aren't able able to do it naturally. What are we
Right.
open to do? Are we open to adopt? Are we open to have a surrogate? 50K, I'm your girl. Just come. Adri's doing it for 50K as well. You know, we're okay with that. It'll help us
I've
to pay for
considered
the-
it.
It will help us to pay for the plastic surgery. we talked
After I
about.
have my second baby, after I have my second baby, sure, you can have some of this
know,
body.
right?
Because I'm about
But
to go
yeah,
snip,
so-
cut.
Yeah,
know,
and
right?
on top of that, so now you've had those conversations about the alternative, and then the other thing is have lots of sex, people, if you're married. I mean, there's nothing like trying again.
Well, that was my question and I forgot it and it came back. So how often is having sex something that would be a part of treatment? Does that help?
Of course, if you don't have routine sex, how do you get pregnant?
Routine?
Okay.
See, it just makes it, you take all the
like
fun out of it when
routine.
you add the word routine.
Okay,
in
well,
there.
how much sex do you
routine
recommend?
sex.
How
Wait.
much sex would you?
Everybody is
What's the minimum amount of sex should a man have?
I think every man has a craving, but just as much as you should
I just said the
exercise,
average.
which is at least 3 times a week, I feel like that should be the routine, at least 3 times. But everybody is different.
I want to make a
what I'm
comment,
saying-
but I can't.
Why not, married lady?
Tell me.
Javon, the doctor has said 3 times. You can't be going over that now because, you overexert yourself.
I didn't say that.
3 times. You heard it from the doc. 3
Listen,
times is the
however
maximum.
many times-
I mean,
Don't harass
everybody's
me
thirst
Monday
is just
through
different.
Saturday.
That
You know
is
what I'm
not
saying?
what I said.
3 times.
At least.
At
That's
least.
routine.
It was the least. I
I
thought
mean,
it was a max.
that's just to maintain the weight. If you want to lose the weight, you gotta go at least 5 times.
Well,
5,
then
6
do it.
times a week.
Then
Yeah,
do
but
it.
I think this
But
is
whatever it
a
is.
good conversation to have, and I hope it
Yeah.
empowers a lot of our viewers to know that, okay, it's not about the problem, it's about the solution.
Right.
And it's
finding
not a woman
alternative.
problem,
It is-
infertility. It's a us problem. It's a
Yeah.
female, male, whatever your decision is, whatever with your partner, you and your female, male partner, the infertility is you too.
Yeah.
It's not the one person until you figure it out, and just be open to figuring it out.
Yeah, that was our health note for
Yeah.
today. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. That is it for us. Definitely stay tuned. Go on all our social media platforms. They are OAN Talk or On Another Note. We can't wait to hear your comments. What are your views on infertility, plastic surgery, the impeachment, and everything in between? If you want to stay caught up with us, we suggest that you go back on up. You like our page and make sure you subscribe. If you're not subscribed, then we don't know what you're doing. So stick and stay. We'll see you next Saturday.
All right.
Right here on Another
Bye,
Note.
y'all.